TheTakeOverAt10, Yadibox.com. PD Sports setting shit off proper like he always does. You already know. Big shout out to my brothers, man. Shout out to the whole Yadibox family too. It's another week, y'all. Episode 20, a nice little round number, man. It always feels good to come in here on Wednesdays and do what we love to do. Before we get to the interview, man, you know, people was texting me and shit. A few people saw my Facebook post earlier where I kind of went on a rant, man. I don't do that on Facebook, man. I normally share my pictures of my kids or my dog or my photography, my sports, and I keep it moving. I rarely even put statuses up to where it's going to require people to react or even conversate, because to be real, I don't be with all that post shit so we can respond and have a conversation. Like, if you notice, I don't do that like ever, because I don't feel like having interactions with people. I like to post my shit, keep it moving. But today I had a little rant, man, and it wasn't directed towards no single person, man, but again, man, me and my brothers, man, I just want to put it out there. Now, excuse me 1 second, bro, for taking away from your time, but we go hard every goddamn week on this radio show, man. We come here, we leave our families, we leave our comfort of our crib, and we come here and we put on every goddamn week now for 120 fucking episodes.
More than that.
We haven't received one fucking dollar out of this shit, which is not the reason why we come. I'm not complaining about not making any money from this radio show. That's not why we do it. I get the satisfaction, my brothers get the satisfaction of helping other artists out and helping other people get on, and, you know, just showing them the love, man. Like I said, man, when I was on my full mode, my full grind out there performing every week, every other week, man, I never got a live radio interview. I never had a radio show spin my records, man, until the tail end when my good brother Trizzy from the motherfucking Big Show was, you know, putting on, and that's what eventually we spoke about that. That's what made me want to do radio in the long run. But anyway, you know, I'ma say it, man, ain't no one the fuck doing it like us. Not as consistently, not as passionately, and not as fucking whatever itly you want to add at the end of it, man. You know, we fucking come here every week, we put on, and I'm tired of not getting fucking the love that we deserve. Whether you've been on the show or not, whether you've been on the show or not, whether you on this week or not, whether you were on 50 weeks ago or not, I don't see nobody posting about this fucking show every week. 3, 4 people the most. Most of the time it's the same 3 or 4 people. And again, man, all I'm saying is, man, like, we do this shit for y'all. We do this shit for the culture. We do this shit because we want to see y'all have a fucking interview live so you could tweet and make yourselves feel the fuck like y'all doing something, and have a fucking interview to play back on YouTube and on Twitter and all that shit. The least you could do, whether you're on the show this week or not, is fucking drop a screenshot, drop a fucking logo, show us some fucking love. Make me feel like I'm coming here every fucking Wednesday for a reason, man. Me and my brothers work hard, man, and all I'm asking for, again, it ain't even for us, because I'm not asking you to promote our brand so we can make more money off of your hard work. No, promote this fucking brand so it can become more interesting, so more people will listen, so when you do come on this fucking show, you got more than 20 fucking people watching. Alright? And I'm sorry for that, but I had to get that out the way, man. So anyway, one of my favorite rappers is in the building tonight. This brother, man, like I said, y'all know the deal on this show, man. Since day one, we've been bringing nothing but top of the line MCs up here, because that's what the fuck we do. And the good brother was on, I don't know the exact episode, but he was on early, man. It was in the 20s sometimes, so almost 100 episodes ago. You know, I had this good brother on, and everyone I bring up here, I always say the same thing, and it's all true. I'm not lying or bullshitting. I bring up hardworking MCs, dope MCs who deserve to be up here, and I'm fans of pretty much everybody, but we could be real, man. You know, some people, you might be a bigger fan than others, man. And this dude right here, is, hands down. Not only because he's a good friend of mine, not only because I look at him like a brother, but just speaking on talent, man. This dude is one of the nastiest, man. Spitters, he can outspit anybody, and then when it comes to songwriting, he can outright anybody. And we're gonna talk about all that, man. But coming to the show right now is, like I said, in my opinion, top 3 spitter in the city. I'm not even gonna go through who the other 2 is, but if you had to ask me who I think the top 3 spitters in the city is today, last year, 5 years ago, my answers wouldn't change, at least in the one spot, and that's this good brother. Coming to the show right now is my motherfucking family, Capo, the King. And I say the King because he is the motherfucking King. What's up, brother?
Yeah, what's up?
Welcome back to the show, man. It's been a while. Like I said, it's been damn near 100 motherfucking episodes. So since you've been here, man, and you were there early on supporting us when we was in the fucking living room, you know, on the motherfucking in the trap house and shit. You know what I mean? Broadcasting right with a pit bull in the cage, and so you know what I mean. Now, normally we're out in that other side of the building, but you see it's under construction because the good brother Randy and the Yadibox family are rebuilding it up for us. So we're back here in the booth now, but I'm glad you're back now that we're able to do a lot more than we could have in the past, bro.
Glad to be
so,
back.
No doubt, man. So how you been, man? How's life fucking treating you, Capo?
Beautiful, man.
Yeah?
Beautiful, yeah. No complaints.
That's what's up, man. Well, it's always a pleasure to be, you know, to be chilling with you, man. So before we get into it, man, you know, a lot of people tune in, they hit me up, they watching. A lot of them are familiar with you. There might be a few people who's not familiar with you, man. Before we get into it, man, I always like our guests to explain to the viewers, to the listeners, pretty much explain to them what your music is in words. Like, what's your sound? Who is Capo? You know, the artist, man.
Capo is a rapper. I make, you know, I make all kinds of different music, but I try to make the kind of stuff that you can feel, the kind of stuff that you can relate to, you know, and
For sure.
well, I mean, what I mean by that is, you know, there's a lot of artists out that are really good at talking that shit, you know, like they say some really cool shit, some really slick shit, but they got no substance, no content, you know. And this isn't, you know, I'm not down talking anyone or anything like that. I'm just saying that, you know, for me, I mean, it's good to talk that shit and spit them bars. I can do that, you know. I think I've proved that I can do that with the best of them. But, you know, the thing that makes me want to continue, and the thing that I get off on most making music, is those tweets and those emails and those inboxes where someone tells me that, you know, they were going through something and, you know, your music really helped me get through that.
Word.
You know, and the stuff you're making means a lot to me. And that's the kind of stuff that I want to make. I want to make the kind of music that touches people, you know.
For sure.
And again, that's not to say that I mean, if you know me, if you're familiar with, you know, my resume, I make a lot of hardcore stuff. But, you know, I try to always make music that you can relate to and that you can feel, and, you know, something that, you know, a lot of it's a little risky.
Yeah.
You know, the people want that, you know, they want that good shit talk, that good slick talk, but, you know, like I said, I do that too, man, but I try to make things that you can really feel in your heart, and things, something that might help you through a struggle, something that, you know, you might be able to relate to.
Word. Now, how do you find the balance? Because like I said, man, not only, you know, we could put you in a fucking cypher and you can spit 100 bars and it'll be the dopest, rawest lyrics, but at the same time, you can sit down and pen a heartfelt song or something like you said that could touch someone, just an overall great song. How do you find that balance? Because sometimes people can only do one or the other, man, and you're great at both. So how do you find that balance in the two?
That's a good question, because I was just talking to Mike a little bit about the new album, and we'll get to that, I'm sure. But, you know, that's kind of what the new album is. It's kind of that, finding that balance between the two, because you're going to get a lot of both, and I'll expand on that more later. But for me personally, I've been around for a long time. You know, I've been on the scene for a long time, and I kind of did all that. You know, I had my phase where when I was young, and it was all about biting everybody's head off, and anybody you put in front of me, or anybody I could find, because I would literally go out looking for bodies. And, you know, that was all I knew. All I knew was the corner ciphers. That's all I knew was the battles on the street. So I did all that for so long, but it wasn't like, it didn't satisfy me, because I didn't have that, I didn't feel like I was getting what was in my soul out, you know. So over time, I started to try to grow as an artist and try to just put more of myself out there, and it's a hard thing to do. Not a lot of people can. You know, it's hard to get behind that microphone and put your, you know, most personal shit out there.
It is.
You know, but I started to just experiment, just fuck it. You know, somewhere along the way, I grew up a little bit, and I wanted to talk about what was going on in my life, and not just about how I'll crack somebody's spine and, you know, put a hole in their face and all that shit. So, you know, to me, and it's the most satisfying music that I make, you know.
Word.
You know, I try to continue. And like I said, I still enjoy them ciphers. I still enjoy, you know, going hard, but, you know,
it's not easy doing though what you do, as far as like you said, because I'll be honest, as an MC, man, it was hard for me for a long time, and I'm just getting around to trying to tell my story, to get personal with music. You know, forever I just wanted to write about being a dope MC from North Philly, and I could kill everything I touch, whereas now, you know, I'm on some shit where I'm finally getting personal. So I commend you for that, because like you said, it's not easy, bro.
No, and I just want to, you know, just to add on, you know, like the artists I was talking about who don't do that, who are really talented rappers who don't do that, you know, it's not an easy thing to do because it's risky. It's risky. It's like, you know, like, you know, what if... There's nothing worse than you pour your heart and soul out and nobody's feeling it.
True.
People ain't feeling it. So, you know, what if I tell this tale about me and I let my personal shit out and then they ain't feeling it. So it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to just go in there and talk that shit.
For sure. Because you know they're gonna be like, oh,
you heard what
you know, that's easier. True. Even doing songs like the joint you did, Butterface, which I know you absolutely hated that fucking song, but the response was incredible on it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I hated that song because it was a goofy song,
right?
And it was a completely goofy concept.
Right.
But you know, it bothered me for a while because now I toured the country performing that song.
Word.
That song always got a major response above everything else. You know what I mean?
Word.
So
and that shows you, man. It's crazy, man. Now, one thing I also loved about you, what I do love about you as far as an artist is, you don't choose the typical underground boom bap beats all the time. Like your beats are diverse. You show diversity in your beats and shit like that. Do you do that on purpose, or is it just the way the ball rolls, man? Or,
I mean, yeah, it's just what appeals to me. You know,
Word.
I guess, you know, whatever I hear that appeals to me, that speaks to me. You know, I run with it, and I don't. You know, I try not to give a lot of time to what anybody else thinks because, you know, I did that for a while, you know, and that was the whole era where I was, you know, just everything was, you know, what's the coolest shit I can say. You know, I try to just pick what I like and be true to myself with the music, with the vocals, with you know, the record, whatever I'm putting out, because I need to be satisfied. You know, and if I'm not satisfied, then the fans are not going to be satisfied. Because if I'm unsure about it, you know, good homie Godzilla, I'm sure you're familiar with.
Of course.
Dropped a gem on me a while ago, man, and he said, just be sure about what you're putting out. Be confident in it, because if you're not confident in it, the fans are going to pick that up.
Yeah, they'll feel that vibe from you.
Yeah,
for sure. Shout out to Guy Ella, man, for sure. Yo, if you just tuned in, man, we got the good brother Capo in the building, man. You know, joining us for episode 120. So in the past, man, I got to bring this up too, because, you know, I even mentioned it earlier. In the past, no, it's not even that deep. But in the past, you referred to yourself as the King of Northeast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I just want to know if you still feel that way, man, because you've been around for a minute, and do you still? Nah.
I don't want to be the king of nothing.
I mean, it's just a little term, you know.
You know what that did, though? You want to know what that did? And let's be honest. What that did was put me in a box that it's been very difficult to get out of, because
understandable.
You know, it puts you in the light of like you're boxing yourself in, and you're worried about being the king of an area. But like I said, man, I mean, you know, where I was coming from, that's all I cared about was being the man in the neighborhood.
True.
But if you look back, if you look at my track record, the bottom line is, I mean, I ran through that area of the city, and I've put my work in. I got my stripes up there. I don't need to be the king, you know. I would like to see more. I would like to see better artists come out of there. You know, I'd like to see some good dope MCs coming out of there. Not that there isn't some dope MCs that have come out of there, but I'd like to see more. You know, but nah, I don't want to be the king of that. I don't want to be the king of nothing. I think what I've done speaks for itself. You know, nobody did the show scene up there like I did it. Nobody did. You know, nobody's resume is like mine. You know.
So, But, so with you doing all that, and you've done all that, and like you said, you've been doing it for a while, man. And say this song watching right now and this shit, and they feel a little bit of like, man, you know, fuck that, man. Capo old, man. Like, he ain't shit no more. Like, I'm better. Like, yeah. But what's your word to them, man? You still biting heads off, man? Like, you still. What if someone come at your neck on that note, man? I know the competitor in you is ready to go at somebody if need be, man.
I mean, I guess if it, you know. I mean, if it has to be, it has to be. But, you know, I try to avoid that because it's not really what I'm about right now. I'm not about, you know, battling or going back and forth on records. You know, I'm about making good music. I mean, however, I mean, I don't give a lot of room. You ain't going to get away with a lot for me. But in the past, I've responded to some people that probably didn't deserve a response, that probably took me down a peg, you know, but the MC in me was just, you know, it's go time.
For sure.
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying like, I'll say this to everybody, I'm not, if you say something about me, it does not mean that I'm going. I had a kid tell me one time that I'm dissing you because you're the man out here, you're the king of the Northeast, and I need to get my buzz up.
So what you, like you said, what do you want to respond to everyone? Because if that's the case, everyone's going to come in. Because people forget, man, you was out there battling. I even seen some footage out there. You know what I mean?
You come out anywhere and you start calling yourself the king of anything.
Exactly.
People are going to come after you.
As they should, though. As they should.
Absolutely.
For sure. For sure. Now, you mentioned earlier we was talking about, and it's not, I know it's a little old, but we never spoke about it on air, so I wanted to bring it up. In the summer of 2013, you were able to run on tour during the summer with Adlib.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Adlib.
Yeah, big shout out to Adlib, man. And I was just curious though, how looking back at it now, how do you see that like in the rear view? Like what does that mean to you? Or, you know, like when you look back at it now, did you learn shit during that? Because, you know, Adlib's been doing it and shit. So, and that was your first time on like a tour of that stature, I'm sure?
Absolutely.
Right. Looking back at it now, man, how do you see that? How do you view that?
I mean, honestly, it was the time of my life, even, you know, even outside of the music and the performing, which was incredible. You know, I mean, it was a time of my life just being on the road with Lib and with Steve Skaggs too. Shout out to Steve Skaggs, he was out there.
Skaggs, what up?
You know, but man, looking back, I mean, that man stepped up and gave me an opportunity to do something I've never done before. He took notice and he invited me, you know, to open for him on tour. And, you know, he didn't have to do that. He took me with him and he gave me an opportunity I never had, and I was able to, you know, travel to a lot of different places and perform my music and make new fans. And I just tried to study, man. I don't think that there's, you know, there's a few artists that I hold in high regard and that I study, and I try to take pages from people's books. I don't know if there's anyone I've taken more pages from than Adlib when it comes to etiquette, you know, in this business, when it comes to live performance, because I'll tell you what, I credit a lot of my live performance. I think I have one of the better live performances. And, you know, not trying to be cocky, but I get up there and I give 100% energy. You've seen me. I try to constantly work on it. I try to make it different. I try to try new things. But that man's live show is maybe the best live show I've ever seen, at least on our level. Man. And I just try to take pages out of his books, and he's taking the time to school me. He's not a diva guy. He's taking plenty of time to give me, you know, pointers and things like that. And I try to listen. I try to take heed to what he says. He's a veteran. He's been doing it a long time. And, you know, man, I'm forever grateful for Adlib, man. Shout out to Adlib, man. He is doing it like nobody's doing it.
Yeah, man.
He's out there killing it, out there living it. All this shit that, you know, these half-ass artists out here, he's out there living it.
Yeah.
Eating, supporting his family off of this shit.
And what's dope is that he gives opportunities to people such as yourself.
And he does.
And even more recently, like Screw and guys taking them on the road, showing them beautiful things.
He just ran up to Canada with Burke and Greg Thomas, Ghetto MC. Shout out to all them guys since he started.
Since he started. What up, man? We had only one we ain't get up here yet is Ghetto MC, but actually I got a date for him in September already booked in the calendar. So
Ghetto's the greatest.
Yeah, Ghetto. I fuck with Ghetto, man, and like we said, the whole Sensi, man, they get busy. So at a point where most people give up, you know, they've been doing it for a while, man. They did a lot of shows, made a little name for themselves, but, you know, they figure it's time to move on, time to get with life, man. And what keeps you going, though, man? What keeps you still pushing after being, you know, like you said, man, after killing all the shows, holding down your area, broadening out, you know, is broadening a word? Broadening?
It is tonight.
All right, yeah, so broadening out, you know, and doing all that, man. What keeps you going now, though, Cap? Because, again, you know, a lot of people lose that fire after a certain amount of time, man. You're working on a new project, The Dark Passenger. We're going to talk about that after the break. But what's keeping that fire lit right now?
It's a struggle, man. You know, because
I know.
I am getting older. I know you can relate. You come from my era. You've been around.
Right.
You know what I mean? And
I'm one of them dudes who lost the fire. So I mean, we be real. I don't have a lot on this joint. You know what I mean?
The fire a couple times.
Yeah, and I come back. You know, but
you know, it's difficult because you see, like when you're 21, 22, 23, and you got really no responsibilities and shit. It's easy to go, you know, to go full force with this shit.
Right.
I'm at a point now in my life where, you know, I have a lot going on. You know, I have a son. You know, I have a relationship. I have, you know, I have responsibilities, and you know, a future that I'm trying to build. I'd be lying if I said that music fits into that picture. Like, you know, I don't have that. I don't have that. Like, I gotta make it with music thing in me anymore. You know, I had that for a long time. Like, this music is what I'm going after, and I have to make it with this. Fortunately, I've grown, and I have other ways that, you know, I can build my future. I don't need this music. I still want it, though. I still want it. I still love it, and that's actually a good thing for me because it allows me to enjoy the music more now because I don't feel like I'm chasing a dream, a pipe dream, or, you know, something that's going to be so hard to accomplish. Now, my ducks are in a row, or they're at least getting in a row. Mm-hmm. But this music now, I feel complete freedom with this music. I'm making what I want to make. However it's received is however it's received. I want it to be successful. I would love for things to take off with this music, but it's not a necessity for me. You know, I'm supporting my family and supporting myself, and this music is, I'm not going to call it a hobby because I still put in more work than most.
Right.
But the freedom that I have from not looking at it like it's the only option, mm-hmm. it allows me to go in there and make what I want to make and be more true to myself. And I don't know how much longer I got in me, but I know that I haven't finished getting out what I need to get out. When I feel like that's finished and I can't do it no more, or if it's taking away too much from more important things, right. Then I'll step back from it. You know, I've made a pretty big stamp, at least in this city. Mm-hmm. Of course, I would love to make a huge stamp in this city and beyond, but I've done a lot of things that many people will never be able to say that they did with their music, you know. And the tour is one thing. There's not many artists that can say they got to tour and perform their music for strangers every night and go out on the road just based off of their music.
It's funny, my bad, a gig on the middle. Someone hit me up yesterday. Was like, yo, I'm about to go on tour. I'm like, where you going? I'm like, well, no, it's a Philly tour.
Yeah, it's a Philly tour.
Like a Philly tour. Like, yeah, well,
I'm going
next
to
week next week I'm performing at Voltage, and then I'm gonna hit the Fire the following day. And I'm like, they was dead up though. Like, and I don't even mean to laugh or whatever. I know that person ain't watching right now. So it's actually a female singer chick who I know. But point I'm making is though, I'm thinking like, wow, like Philly fucking tour. I never heard of that. You know what I mean?
She said a Pennsylvania tour.
Not even a Pennsylvania tour. Like, you could have hit up Harrisburg and Quakertown, but no. But anyway, man, so like you said though, right? Shit, hit 69th Street, Levittown or something. But no, you right though, man. So I feel you on that, man. Listen, Capo's in the building, man. We're going to take a break in 1 second. I got one more question, though. Then we're going to get to an exclusive joint, which I'm going to let you set that up. But I got one more question, man, on a serious note, man. You know, again, me and you being great friends, man, and you know, I know many parts about your life and vice versa, man. I know personally you overcame a lot in life. Just to be sitting here on this couch with us today is like accomplishment, man, because you could have been in another place, another state of mind somewhere, could have been upstate somewhere, you know what I'm saying, or could have been in a worse off place somewhere, you know what I'm saying. So with that being said, man, is there any advice you can give someone who might be watching right now, who might be going down a fucked up road and is finding it hard to get back on the right track? And again, being as though you had your bumps in the road, and we all have our ups and downs, you know, we get up and we fall down, and one thing I notice about you, man, is you always persevere, man. No matter how low you might get, whatever the case may be, you always seem to find yourself back, and now you seem back better than ever, man. You're doing great in life. I'm so proud of everything you're doing. I just want to see if you can maybe, again, someone's watching right now, they might not feel like they can get back on the right track. Is there any advice you can offer someone who just doesn't believe that's possible?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if I can give advice, but I can say this, that, you know, we all, and me and Mike were talking about this, you know, very topic just a few minutes ago. Everybody has to go down their own path, you know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes it's a dark road, and sometimes, you know, we can't grow into the people that we're supposed to be without going down those dark roads. And you know, sometimes you just have to go through it, and you know, more will be revealed, and when it is, you know, it's time to make a change. I mean, I don't know, you know, what I could say to someone who's going through besides going through something other than the typical, you know, keep your head up, stay strong, this too will pass, and all that shit.
Right.
All I can say is, man, just, you know, keep pushing forward. Try to change yourself for the better. For me, what works for me, and me personally, which is all I can really speak on, is trying to remain grateful, practicing gratitude and humility. And I say practice because those are things that don't come easy to a guy like me.
For sure.
So I have to practice them things, even when I'm not feeling them. It might not be what I'm feeling inside. I might want to feel this way or say this and that. I try to practice gratitude and humility and remain humble and, you know, just do the right thing, man, and keep one foot in front of the other. You know, that's all I can say, man. If you're in a dark spot, you're going through something, I mean, you know, there's outlets. You have to find your outlet. You have to find what works for you, and you have to find that balance. You know, we all have those vices and those voices inside of us and the things that push us in certain directions. You have to find that balance, man. Whatever works for you. If throwing up weights in the gym is your release, your family, music, whatever, you know.
For sure. That's valuable information, man. So again, man, the brother Capo's in the building. He's got a new project coming out soon. We're going to talk about that in the second half. It's called The Dark Passenger. He brought us some dope t-shirts, man. We're going to get to an exclusive right now off of The Dark Passenger, which is titled Full Circle. And I'm going to let you set it up. You can explain what we're about to check out. Again, this is an exclusive, man. Heard for the first time ever right here on the TakeOver at 10. So set that joint up. Feedy Sports gonna get to it. Don't go nowhere. We're gonna take about 5 minutes, spin a couple Capo joints, and come back for round 2 of the interview. All right? Set them up, bro.
All right, this song is the first official single off of The Dark Passenger. It's a song featuring Chris Walls. It's produced by Schematics, who produced the whole album.
Chris Walls, what up?
Shout out to Chris Walls.
That boy throw down, man. Listen, man. Anytime I barely know a motherfucker, but we in a jam, and I see him throw down, I know I'm getting off topic,
my boy,
but
man.
That's the fucking homie right there. You know what I'm talking about right there.
That's my boy. But yeah, so this is a song.
Up in that jump.
This song is called Full Circles, featuring Chris Walls, produced by Schematics. It's the first official single off of The Dark Passenger. You're hearing it here tonight on the TakeOver at 10 for the first time ever. There's a video in the process of being made right now. Video will be out soon. Right now, exclusively on the TakeOver at 10.
Yeah.
Enjoy Full Circle featuring Chris Walls.
So far, so good. True.
Tell him Cap was one of the realest.
True. Oh, I need some H2O after that. Hold up. Wait a minute. You know, that's real shit though, man. And like Cap said, we was talking, man, you got a little bit of both. Like we was talking during the early part of the interview, you got to see the artist, you got to hear him spitting, and then, you know, that's the type shit I fuck with, man. Shout out to everyone logged in, man. We appreciate y'all. Again, man, we're not done. Capo's still in the building. If you you just tuned in somewhere in the middle, don't worry. The full interview will be up on YouTube Friday, and you know, you'll be able to catch it from the beginning. And if you're watching right now and it's Friday or some day after that, man, just hit the like button underneath the YouTube, John, and make sure you share that shit, man. We appreciate that shit. So, yeah, that exclusive was banging, man. Shout out to Chris Walls on that too, man. That shit is dope as fuck.
Came through and he wrote that hook.
Word.
I gave him a little bit of a rhythm of where I was trying to go with it. He wrote it.
Word. Yeah, no, that's tough, man. I like that, man. So, again, man, The Dark Passenger is coming soon. First of all, explain the title of the album, man. What's that about, Dark Passenger?
Well, I don't know if you're familiar with the show Dexter, but that's where I got the inspiration from.
Yes.
Dark Passenger.
That's my shit. I mean, I ain't watched it in a while, but I've watched that shit like 2 years ago and shit.
That's my shit. The reason
crazy.
that I was inspired is because, you know, now, you know, for those that don't know, Dexter was a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he was like a good dude, but he was a serial killer. He had this darkness in him. And he would refer to that killer inside of him, he would refer to it as like a living, breathing entity, and he refers to it as the Dark Passenger.
Right.
So, me and, you know, my past and some of the, you know, things that I've gone through, I've always thought, even before Dexter, I've always looked at that dark side of me as a living, breathing thing. And I just got the inspiration from that, man. And I said, you know, I mean, with the way I wanted to go with this album, I wanted to give, you're going to get, like this Dark Passenger, you're going to get, like some of these tracks are, you know, you're going to get the Dark Passenger's point of view because, again, like me and Mike were talking, that Dark Passenger is at bay. You know, I have him, you know, under wraps, but he's still inside of me. I still have that way of thinking, and you know, I still get those thoughts and still need to release them somehow. That's where the music comes in. So, you know, there's some of these tracks where you're going to get the Dark Passenger's point of view. You're going to get that hard, that twisted world perspective point of view. And then you're going to get songs like Full Circle with Chris Walls, where you're getting me, you're getting Jimmy. It's kind of a split personality kind of
word
situation.
Now, what's the creative process been like with the Dark Passenger? Are you still, you know, like take us through a process? Have you changed anything up as far as how you used to get in your bag to create an album? Or
I mean, I don't think I've changed anything up except for, you know, maybe content, you know, where, you know, the things I'm talking about, where I'm going. As far as the creative process for this particular project, what happened was I came together with Joe Show. Shout out to Joe Show. And, you know, he wanted to get involved in a project. He wanted to do a project. And I told him the concepts that I was working with, where I wanted to go. And he liked it. And he reached out to producer Schematics up in Toronto. Shout out to Schematics.
Yeah.
Super dope producer. And me, personally, some guys like to work with a bunch of different producers. I like to work with a single producer on projects. You know, it's hard because you want to find a producer who everything doesn't sound the same. But Schematics definitely, you know, he has range. So
hold up. Schematics is doing the full project?
Schematics is doing everything on the Dark Passenger music-wise is Schematics.
Wow.
You know,
okay.
It's basically Capo and Schematics project.
Wow. Dope.
Now, he sent us about 300 beats. I don't know if you ever tried to go through 300 beats in a weekend. But it's not easy.
It's not easy,
especially when every other one you're like, yeah, I want that, I need that.
Right.
So
it's dope.
We somehow narrowed it down to about 25, and then narrowed it down to about 15. And there's some that we kept and are not going to use, and so it's good when you're creating a project to get more than, you know, don't go for that exact number. But so anyway, me and Joe, we came together and we started working on it. I got the beats that we wanted. Schematics was on board, and I started writing, and you know, just kind of knew where I wanted to go and let the pen do the rest. And then we got up with Scott Stallone, the legend, Scott Stallone, who has done my last 2 projects.
Word.
Shout out to Scott Stallone, man. He's the greatest. He's the best. There's no
sound-wise and engineer-wise, hands down.
Found
sure.
sound, you know. If you're not familiar with Scott Stallone, he does all Vinny shit, Jedi Mind Tricks, Army of the Pharaohs, and a lot more bigger shit.
It's not cheap too, man. It's not a cheap guy to go to. I know all these rappers now like, oh, I'm gonna go to Scott. Then you better have your fucking bread up.
If you don't
have your bread right.
Scott's pricey if you know him. If you don't know him, you better be willing to put some money behind your craft.
For sure, but it's worth every dollar, man.
It's good, absolutely. It's more than worth it. And we went in and we started recording, and we got we're just about there. You know, I'm getting into the artwork stage and things like that now, and we're looking to release in like November. And
So what separates The Dark Passenger from previous projects, though, man? I mean, you touched a little bit on as far as what the project is about, but again, compared to projects you've done in the past, what separates it?
Well, like I was telling you earlier, I got this sense of freedom now. Now that I'm not chasing something, and I feel like my way of thinking has changed, and the way that I approach music has changed, and I don't feel like I'm looking for where people think I should be going, or what they think I should be doing, or what are people gonna, where do the fans think Capo should be? No. With this, I went into it a lot more calm, a lot more comfortable, and a lot more just let me make, what comes natural, and what I want to talk about, and what I want to get out. So I think that's the angle that I approach this from. I fuck everybody, fuck if they like it or not. I just want to go in there with complete artistic freedom and see what comes out.
Word. Now, you mentioned you doing a joint with Schematics, so obviously there's no other producers on it, but can we expect any other guest MCs or even singers? We heard Chris Walls on the joint.
I have some features.
You got some features? Any you could share with us at this time?
I have some features, yeah. I have Chris Walls, obviously. I got Blessa. I got a joint with Blessa. Shout out to 30 and Over League. That's another group of guys who's doing big things, and they're doing doing good things for the community too. They're doing benefits. They're doing, so far this year they've done the autism benefit, cancer awareness, and
got a suicide
awareness, which I'm on that bill.
Word.
September 4th at Voltage.
I feel bad, man. Christy hit me up and asked me if I could host it, and I had prior plans that weekend, and unfortunately I can't do it, man.
But it's a good cause, and it's a cause that's definitely near and dear to my heart. So I jumped right on it. But so I got a record with Blessa. That's a crazy off the wall record. A lot of energy. Blessa's something else. He's from another planet. I got Slaughter Rico, the god Slaughter Rico. Shout out to Slaughter Rico. You heard that record? Spinning. You spun that record.
Yeah. Feedy still spins that, man.
Yeah, that record is.
We got 2 exclusives now off of The Dark Passenger.
That was definitely a leak that I gave just to you.
Yeah, that was a love joint, man.
And who else do I got? I got Nico again. Nico is actually going to play the role of the Dark Passenger. There's a back and forth song where he's going to be playing the role of the Dark Passenger himself.
Wow.
And if you know Nico and you're familiar with his vocals, and there's no one better to play a Dark Passenger than Nico, to play a dark, shadowy figure. So shout out to Nico.
Nico, what up, bro?
Yeah. Other than that, I got Bert. We haven't got it done yet, but Bert's going to be on there.
Sure.
There's a record that we're working on. Screw Tape. Screw Tape is on a record that I think it might make it as a bonus. I might not actually make the as a part of the project, but it's going to be a bonus track at least, which is Labor Day, which you can go watch on YouTube if you look up Capo.
That's
Screw
my
Tape
shit
Labor
right
Day.
there, man.
Shout out to Screw Tape. Screw Tape is the man. With the camera, with the vocals, the lyrics, the records. He's
pretty dope, man. For sure.
So I don't know. So there might be some add-ons late in the game, but other than that, that's a basic. That's basically where the features are at right now.
Word. Now, how can we expect this to be released, man? Are you guys going to do the full digital joint, or are we going to get some hard? I know you always have hard copies available,
school,
man.
Everything digital, of course, but the hard copies will be in stock.
For sure.
And, I always do hard copies because I'm a 90s kid, and I got to have it in my hand.
For sure, man.
So I do that. I do that for the guys who feel like I do, Some people just want to feel.
Yeah, I prefer the physical, man.
You feel like you purchased something. You know what I mean?
I feel you, man. So time-wise, we looking at what, November we were talking about, or so, give or take?
As of right now, we're looking at November. We're shooting for November. I'm not going to put an exact day on it yet, because I don't want to do that until we're there, and basically, we're bagged up and ready to go. So we're shooting for November, and it's looking like that'll probably be it. It could possibly be a little sooner, but shouldn't be any later than mid-November.
Word. Now, do you have any expectations, man? I know, again, you spoke upon, it's not like, you're trying to blow up majorly off of, that's not your, I mean, if it happens, cool, but that's not.
I'll take it.
Yeah, but do you have any, what are your expectations with this project, man?
Hopefully to just, to touch some people, to touch some people's hearts and have them, relate to some of the hard times and things that I've been through, because I'm letting a lot out, a lot that I've never let out before, and also to hopefully turn some heads that haven't turned their heads yet. You know what I mean? And because I still feel like there's some people that haven't given me the credit that I deserve, and I try not to put too much thought into that. But hopefully, if it does that, that'll be good. To turn some heads and get some people to finally recognize what they haven't taken the time to yet.
For sure. I was going to ask you that too, man, considering how long you've been doing it and how hard you've been going and putting on and being one of the nicest, man. As a whole, do you feel like you get the respect you deserve?
I do. I do, at least as a whole on the surface. Anybody who's doing anything on the scene in Philadelphia right now holds me in high regard. And that's what they display in my face. Now, if there's people that are just putting that on as a show, then whatever you say about me behind your closed door, that's none of my business, whatever. But the people that I respect me. They say good things about me. They want to add me to their shows, they want to add me to their records, and I feel I get the respect. There's still a few floating around there I think don't want to give it, but I mean, I guess that's normal with everybody.
Yeah, but they can't deny your talent.
I hope not. I hope not, because if you've seen me on stage or you've seen me in anything I get on, I think lyrically, I think I bash it to
They can say, this guy Capo's is a dick, he's an asshole, but they can't say he sucks, you know what I mean?
I don't feel you can. I feel that, the word hating is used too loosely, but I feel like to say something like that, even if you choose to say that I don't care for his music, I could take that, but don't tell me I'm not nice with what I do.
Word. Again, man, we got the good brother Capo in the building, man. We're coming close to the end, man. I just want to know, man, you got any gigs? You mentioned you rocking out September the 4th at where is that joint at? Is that Voltage?
That's at Voltage, September 4th for suicide awareness. It's a 30 and over league event. Again, man, those guys are doing great things for the community and for some really good causes. So come on out. I'm on the bill. I know ASK is on the bill. 30 and over. I wish I could tell you more who was on the flyer, but September 4th, Voltage Lounge, 8 o'clock to 2 a.m. We're rocking out. Come out, support a good cause. And other than that, September 19th, Burt the Jerk. Burt the Jerk's having a release party for No Alternatives, which is a crazy record. I had the privilege of being able to be there through some of his creative process for that, and it's definitely going to be an amazing record, and that release party is going to be crazy. He's got some different guys on the bill. He's got Mel Austin. He's got Tabs. He's got Ren and Screw on there, and I can't remember who else. But that flyer will be dropping soon. That's September 19th at the Deck. You know the deck.
You remember dope as shit,
you remember the deck.
Yeah,
we've had some good times.
We've had some moments there. But yeah, shout out to Burke. He's gonna be on the show September the 9th, man. And we're gonna talk about his new project and all that shit.
Such a good friend, man. I just want to say, man, that guy, he's such a good friend, man. Yeah. He's somebody that I hold in high regard, and someone who's
a stand-up guy.
He's a stand-up guy, and he's been there for me, you know, on a personal level, you know, in more ways than one, and on more than one occasion. And he's
speaking of the deck, he showed up at the deck that night. Remember? We come out, we drinking, and we seeing, oh, there goes Burke. We're gonna be all right.
He dropped everything.
For those who know, we talk. A lot of people probably like, what the fuck are they talking about? If you don't know, then that's on you. But if you know, you know.
Yeah, when you see Burke, you know you're all right.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. Shit, man. Any last shout outs, man? Anything you wanna pump out there, man? Promote again. The Dark Passenger is coming in November. Stay tuned for that. Feedy's got 2 exclusives off of that joint. I think second half, bro, before the end of the show, we should spin that joint with Slaughter again, man. We didn't get that this week. But again, bro, man, any last words, anything you want to share with the people, man? The time's yours.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say that if it's your first time hearing me or being exposed to me, you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram, it's at Capo the King. Facebook, it's facebook.com/Capo Hip Hop. You can follow me on all those social sites and you know, check out my music. YouTube is Super Capo 81. Check out some of my music, man. And finally, I just want to say, you know, shout out to my mother first and foremost, man. I just want to take the time out to shout out my mom, man. My mom is a big reason of why I'm sitting here today. You know, in the position I'm in life. You know, she was there for me through a very difficult time, as well as others. But my mom, you know, me and my mom have come a long way, and I just want to give her a special shout out. I love you, Mom, and my father as well, my sister, and my son, man. My son who might be at home listening if he's you know not in bed like he's supposed to be.
It's summertime, man. Little Jimmy watching.
Little Jimmy, man. I love you, bud, and that's it, man. That's it. I hope that there's some exercise to come on this show. I hope I get to.
For sure, man. We don't bug everybody, man, but you definitely one of the MCs that we cannot let leave unless we get some bars, man. So the show's not over, man. First and foremost, though, man, thank you so much, bro. Again, man.
Thank you.
Besides the music, man, you are truly a friend of mine, a bro of mine.
Likewise.
And there's nothing but love, Cap. And
Likewise, man.
I just look forward to, you know, getting old one day, sitting back 20 years from now, having a cold one and laughing and talking about all these days, man. Because you're one of the ones who will still be around in my life at that point, God willing, man.
Absolutely.
So, again, man, if you missed part of the interview or just tuned in, don't worry. This Friday, Chef Mike can have it all edited, put together well, and
shout out to Chef Mike
and on YouTube. You know what I mean? So we gonna get to it, man. Hey, J. Kane, man, you been writing lately. I know you've been in your little phone writing your little raps. I need you to pay attention, son, because my good brother gonna show you how it's done right now. TakeOverAt10, Yadibox.com. If you wanna sit up, stand up, whatever, we're gonna write in. Yeah, we're gonna write the fuck in, brother. Capo the King. And I'm saying that he's still the king of the Northeast. Fuck out of here.
You don't like this.
Yeah. Take over at 10, be Kane. Yeah. I like it. I got space. Yo, I used to love it. Serve my life to the public. Painting houses all week, funding my own budget. Spit my whole life in a song, but it don't cut it. These naughty kids rejecting the real, they just don't want it. But I won't plummet. They want the new big faces. I'm an old hunted. Tell you about the dirt and how I rose from it. How I stayed loyal even when my bros wasn't. And how I did it on my own when them hoes fronted. I'm not emotional. I got no problem choking you. You're two-faced fine. I put a bullet through the both of you. You don't know me cause you know a couple quotables. I've spoken through the vocal booth. You think that makes us sociable? I'll slide in your show with something easily totable and throw a few right up at the stage, making you fold them too. You smoking who? Smoking me? What you smoking be? I'll show you why I'm king and ain't a rapper coming close to me. I've been a soldier, so dope off a Motorola. Been a toaster holder, hit the coca in the Folgers. I'm so ill I can snort cancer and smoke Ebola. I gotta win like I'm playing Madden with both controllers. These culture vultures and poachers never broke my composure. I'm like the deadliest toxin with a potent aroma. You on the sofa poking the low phone, stroking your boner, praying to Jehovah that these jokers condone your persona. This road is over, I'm pacing, taking the scenic. Made a name in the street, going face to face with the meanest. Break your face and your teeth, leave you aching, waiting for Jesus. Your bitch made, might as well take a razor blade to your penis. Face the music, I hate your music cause it's fake and stupid. Everything you say's a lie, you're so April Foolish. I ain't the newest, but I might just be the wisest, cause I do as I aspires, making zero compromises. When people chatter, it's nothing but fecal matter, just a bunch of feeble slackers that would never be a factor. I keep a clapper and a backup sequel ladder. Empty one, empty two, bodies drop, sheep will scatter. If I untuck, I'm bucking it all. You would never untuck, let alone bucket it all. I'm rough, rugged, and raw. When the gun's touching your jaw, we gon' find out if that mouth still runs stuck to the wall. My time is wasting, I got no time to be waste. Trying to pull me down in the fire where I belong. I'm a sinner sitting on an entire mountain of wrong. Miss me with the fist bumps, hands shaking and hugging, dude. I can see the hate in your eyes and I'm uncomfortable. I can see the sissy, the punk bitch and the plug in you. And I refuse to fake it, so basically I don't fuck with dudes.
Whoa! God dang!
Do a little with that beat a little bit.
Ay, Dios míos. God damn, boy, I told y'all, man, this motherfucker is the King Capo.
That it? We done?
Shit, man, listen, man. I don't know what time it is, but I mean, shit, is we done? You got the mic in your hand. I mean, sport, if you want to throw another one, man.
Stop, that's all I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we could do another one. We love bars. Round two.
What do we got?
Capo. 24's Up Radio. Yadibox.com. The Dark Passenger coming soon.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't get to do this shit often enough.
Man, listen, the time's yours, brother. Let's go.
And he bowler like prototype, smoke the mic, spit it so precise and as cold as ice. Cast me in the fire for the dues that I owe to Christ. Broken life, carrying these boulders keeps my shoulders tight. And you don't know the life, rolling dice, floating kites. Missed the day the training wheels came off and Jimmy rode the bike. And now I own my life, but I'm a soldier, right? Who will feed the seed if I bleed and don't make it home tonight? Smack the wackest rap cat, snatch his hat and backpack and clap that cap cat's back for another crack at. You trap raps a quack quack, I proceed, they backtrack. Hit a motherfucker with the force of God, make his back crack. That's that, you rap when you hold the mic, I attack that. Who's the next MC for me to grab the axe and hack at? I don't talk no crap, Jack, speak to me reckless, I'll make you disappear in 10 seconds, that's a Snapchat. Yeah, and I roll with cold criminals, you roll with them hoes exposed with no minerals. Oh, so cynical, no subliminals. Tell you in your face, you's a bitch, no general. Cry cause I offended you, I put something into you. Face cover coming out the court, no interviews. You're so minuscule, you made a minestrone. I spit a poem, all heart, flesh, skin and bone. Let's get it, Holmes, I retire these liars. I used to be the king, now I'm the fucking Messiah. I reach higher, I bring the heat fire. I roll right over your ass, no need to sneak by you. Fuck with me, my razor cuts quickly. These sucker punk sissies catch a bunch of buck 50s. Want me, come get me. Try me if you want, I'll hit you 30 times before you get that iron out the trunk. I'm in my own lane, no pain, no gain. I can eat hard rocks and shit, soft cocaine. If I'm speaking about you, I will talk your name. If I speak in general, then you're also lame. You coming out your mouth with that fucking Mighty Mouse shit. I'm on my Hercules, murder fleas. No one's murdered me, never heard of me. Bet you now you won't forget him. I rip limbs off and spin off and wipe my Timbs off. Straight up out the gutter with a classic for your asses. Roll your body in a mattress, wipe you off the fucking Atlas. Bastards, up the F, I'll catch you on the pod. And I ain't relapsed, I got tested by God. Reppin' my squad, 8 blocks, stay hot. You're a sissy with a gun like a fucking gate cop. So you can keep frontin', get stalked for me mugging. Think I'm killing this shit, you fuckers ain't seen nothing.